Okay, and then post-workout, we'll hit up the 40 circles, as well as the event-specific conditioning. And I think that's everything. Any questions? All right, ready, and...
Temple Men's Gymnastics has been through many highs and lows since its inception in 1926. That year, students at Temple University started a club men's gymnastics team. A year later, the club turned into an NCAA team. The team went on to win 26 EIGL championships, the most championships in any program, and won the NCAA championship in 1949. Temple Men's Gymnastics was the place for the collegiate men's gymnastics in Philadelphia. However, in 2014, the program got cut, and it turned back into a club sport.
Because I always wanted to be a college gymnast. Then my senior year, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing that, and then finally came here. I was like, let me give it a shot, and within a week, I was like, all right, now I see 4 years here. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna do it, best that I can, and I'm happy that I'm still here.
That was Zach Rothman, a junior finance major on the team. Now at year 100, the team has kept spirits up and competitiveness high, and are celebrating what is a historic program all year long. My name is Lillian Prieto, and I will be giving you the history of TUMG, as well as looking ahead to this upcoming season.
We've gone from NCAA to now Gym Act. We've gone through a couple of years of hardships where our team got really small, but we've built back up to having 24 people on the team. We've gone from having people on NCAA championship rosters, USA championship rosters, Olympics. We have a lot of people coming from those different backgrounds. We even have people compete on world stages for other countries. Our team is just trying to strive to keep the next 100 years going.
Said Evan Sikuski, who's one of the co-captains and vice president of TUMG. While TUMG and other programs at Temple were excelling, Temple Athletics was not. The athletic program was not in compliance with Title IX, which eliminated sex-based discrimination in programs that received federal funding. In lieu of this, Temple originally planned on cutting 7 athletic programs: baseball, softball, rowing, crew, men's outdoor and indoor track and field, and men's gymnastics. The university was able to keep funding for crew and rowing, but still went through with cutting all the other programs. Since then, Temple Men's Gymnastics has turned back into a club team, but that hasn't stopped them.
Maybe not, I can do that. All right, is everyone good? All right, ready? And go.
Temple Men's Gymnastics has a very historic past. They have former Olympians on the team, such as Dominic Minicucci for the 1992 Olympic team. Their program has won a combined 26 EIGL/ECAC championships. The team also has over 60 former conference champions. Assistant coach Fred Turoff was head coach of the program when the Owls racked up many of their titles.
Okay, then as far as a coach, I've had some wonderful teams. My best 2 teams were 92 and 95. They were terrific teams. And we did just miss going to the Nationals by 1 place. But, for instance, in 1995, I brought 5 guys to the Nationals, and all 5 made event finals.
That's good.
And 4 of them were All-Americans, one including a national champion. And the same thing in 92, I had a national champion. So I had 5 NCAA champions in my career.
Not many coaches can say that.
That's true.
That's really true. Congrats to you.
So I'm pretty happy about that. And the kids worked hard and we produced.
Not only was Temple a powerhouse in their conference, they also were winners in the NCAA competition. The team is one of 2 teams at Temple to have won an NCAA championship, which they did back in 1949. The Owls do have 12 former individual NCAA champions in the history book. Whenever an Owl wins a championship, they are cemented in history in Pearson Gym 143 where the team trains. The whole left wall is filled with banners for former individual champions and championship teams. Many gymnasts are fond of the wall, and that's no different for current captain Nate Davies.
I like how, if you win the conference title or, any national championship, you could get put on the wall, and it will stay there for years and years. We have, we go from 1960, and we can still, see these people. We might not see them in real life, but,
you know of them.
Yeah, we know of them. It's kind of, good to think about, because you go up there, then it's
people are going to be
years
thinking
from
of you
now,
like that.
Yeah, exactly. Years from now, people are going to be like, oh, who is this? And then they're going to know you, and then you could visit and then kind of explore with that. But it's nice to know that. Like, even if you make a good impact on the team, it will show. Definitely years from now.
It seems that all male gymnasts have heard of one name, Fred Turoff. Fred Turoff is a former Temple Owl turned coach for the team. He was a member of the team from 1966 to 1969. In his junior year, Turoff was EIGL all-around and horizontal bar champion. Turoff capped off his senior season by earning the ECAC Scholar Athlete Award. After leaving Temple, Turoff stayed with the Owls to help coach the team for over 4 decades and accomplish other things outside of Temple.
After I graduated, I stayed on as a graduate student and continued to train. I made the U.S. national team the next 2 years, and I competed in Mexico, I competed in Israel, I competed in England, I competed in Italy, and I was on the World Championship team that competed in Yugoslavia as well as an alternate. All this time I was assistant coach at Temple. I was assistant coach from 69 to 75, and the 75-76 year I took a leave, in essence, of absence so that I could train for the 76 Olympics, but a series of injuries ended my competitive career. And in 1976, I got a call that the current coach was leaving and they wanted to interview me. And so I got hired, and I was the men's varsity coach for 38 years until they dropped our program in 2014.
Turoff has been a coach at Temple since 1976. He was head coach up until 2017, when now head coach Jetsy Kitson-Abelson took over. Turoff is now the assistant coach of TUMG. Kitson-Abelson is a former Owl who competed under Turoff's leadership. He's a former NCAA semifinalist on the pommel horse and was co-captain twice. After graduating in 2011, he coached gymnastics in South Africa before returning to North Broad. Now as the 7th head coach of the program, he's helped rebuild the team and the culture of TUMG.
I didn't mean to rebuild the program. I really didn't mean to do that. It was just someone had mentioned the idea, and then the more I thought about it, I went, I think I actually need to try to do this, because really it's so impactful, and maybe they realize it when they're on the team and maybe not, but these 4 to 5 years are distinctly different from before and after this.
Yeah.
It sticks out to them so much because these are and will be their best friends probably their whole life.
Yeah.
They're going to be in each other's weddings. And it's just a really fun time of development and adventure and training hard and competing and traveling and just life experiences. And anyway, just coming back was a realization or a thought where more guys needed to experience what I did. It means so much to all of us when we graduate, because you go off in the real world and you don't have that team of 20 people anymore rooting for you, and you're not. It really changes, and I wanted other people to go through this experience, and obviously the gym was still here. We're thankful for the university that is still here, that they wanted it to exist in just a different form, but we're welcome. They still want us here. So yeah, it's I think it's meaningful because the program is, I took it personally. I felt like this program it's got a legacy, it's got a lot of champions, there's a lot of history. It's the whole family tree of who has graduated and who's become a coach. You've got guys that have become a head coach of Ohio State men's gymnastics came from Temple. You had guys that went off to coach in California, Navy, all these other places. And it's like a family tree of, wow, a lot of roots come back to this program. So it's really special to be back in the same gym and just working with the next generation.
What some people may not know is that Temple has a club boys team, where young boys from ages 5 to 16 in the Philly area could come to Pearson and McGonigal to learn, train, and compete with the team. Many of those who would train with the boys team would later become gymnasts on the men's team, including freshman Gianni Capriati, who's returned to North Broad for his collegiate career.
Yes, it was probably the biggest factor. Yes.
Cool.
Because not only did I know I wanted to do gymnastics, Temple was the only school that offered me a spot for the gymnastics team, but with my previous history, it was already like a home to me.
Okay.
So I was very comfortable with being here. I knew most of the campus. I knew what to expect. I also had known Jesse for a while when I was younger, so I had really good ties with him. And then once he offered me a spot on the team, because it felt like home, and I knew what it was like to be here, that I would fit in well, and that it was the choice for me.
In January 2018, the world of collegiate men's gymnastics changed for the better. The Gymnastics Association of College Teams, better known as GymAct, is a collegiate men's gymnastics league that's unaffiliated with the NCAA. The self-funded organization gives programs a place to compete at the highest level. Many former NCAA teams have joined the league as well, including Arizona and Iowa. Volunteer assistant coach Josh Moore believes the team should stay with GymAct rather than transition back into an NCAA team.
We're self-sufficient the way we are, and I think that GymAct is the future of men's gymnastics. I mean, we're growing rapidly as we speak, so I think that this team has a lot of great things going forward, and we're just going to develop GymAct alongside all these other great teams.
Now at U100, the program has many things to celebrate. The team is coming off their first Fred Turoff Invitational, which was hosted back in February in McGonigal Hall. The event drew a crowd of current Temple students as well as TUMG alum. The team is set to host the second Fred Turoff Invitational on February 7th at 4 p.m. in McGonigal Hall, in hopes of drawing an even bigger crowd due to the 100th year anniversary of the program. Current captain Ben Horde is very excited for what's to come within the next year.
Get loud, get hype. It's the 100th year, baby. Let's go. Like, I'm excited. Let's make this whole year just like in past years, but make it fun, make it exciting, make it cherry and white. Okay, if you think that it's a bad idea, it's probably not. If it's related to the 100th year, probably not a bad idea. So I say take all ideas into account and be loud, be proud. It's the 100th year of TUMG, and I could not be more grateful and proud to be a part of this team and a part of this history. And I could not be more grateful for the fact that the 100th year is my senior year.
This has been Lillian Prieto reporting for WHRP Radio. Thank you for listening.